Hello guys, welcome again. In our today's video, I'll be showing you how I managed to get more than 50 million in profit in my CompXM simulation. So we'll start with the selected financial statistics. My return on sales was 14.6%. The next one, my close competitor had 13.3. Also, my asset turnover was great at 1.21. My return on assets was great. It was at 17.7%. My leverage was 2%. No, my leverage was 2. My return on equity was 35.3%. I did not have any emergency loan. I had sales of 344, and my closest competitor had sales of 152. My earning before income tax, was 94 million, and Badwin had 17 million, almost 18. Chester had 36. Digby had 28 million. My profits, I had more than 50 million in profit. My second competitor, or my closest rival, had 19, which is very commendable. I really did great there. My cumulative profit was 113. My closest competitor had 52. My SG&A per sales was 11%, which is great. My contribution margin was 44.3%, and my closest competitor had 43.6, which is Chester. The market share, I had the greatest market share of 43.3%, which again is very good. Then if we move to the stock market summary, my shares were 211.51, which is very good because I had more than double my closest competitor. My closest competitor had its share price was 91, and mine was 211. You can see that's a very big margin. My market cap was 395 million. My closest competitor had a market cap of 172, who is Chester. If we move down, let's move to cash flow statement. If you look at cash flow statement, I had a net income of more than 50 million. Again, if you look at, let's move down, net change in cash position, I had 24 million. If you look at the balance sheet, can check on total assets. I had 283. Total equity, I had 141. Then we have the net income statement survey. My sales were 344 million. Contribution margin was also great. My taxes, my net profit was 50 million. And production, let's look at production. You could see that I had 8 products. I had a product in the thrift market segment, 1 product in the core market segment, 2 products in the nano market segments, and 4 products in the elite market segments. I also sold more units, but I did not, my forecast was not perfect, because I had in my elite market segment, product ant had inventory of 454, which is not advisable, because I could have gotten an emergency loan because of that. But beyond that, if you look at my contribution margin of all my product is more than 30, so it's again more than 40, which is I was doing great. I also automated my products, because the low-end products, which are thrift and core, with the thrift I automated it up to 9.5, which I can say that 95% of my products of my machines that in the product were, if you look, I had automation of 9.5, which means that 95% of my machines were automated. I also had a capacity of, I had more capacity also. Let's look at the market segments. We'll start with Thrift. With Thrift, I also sold more units there because I had a market share of 25. If you look at the budget awareness, my customer awareness was 100%. My customer accessibility was also high because it was 96%. And if you look at under the customer awareness, my closest competitor had a market awareness of 83%, which I also did well there because I invested 2 million in the first 3 rounds. Then because of I did not want to get the diminishing returns after hitting the 100%, in this 4th round I invested 1.4. The customer accessibility, I invested 2 million since round 1, and that's why I had 96% customer accessibility. And my closest competitor had 83%, which is Digby, whose product depth and depth had accessibility of 83%. Under customer survey, I did extremely well because I had a customer survey of 81, which is very commendable compared to my closest rival had 69%. No, had a customer rating of 69. If you look at the next market segment, which is Core, my product did not get that market share, but it was also top performing product because my primary product was Axe in the Core segment, had a market share of 20%. But I really think I developed products that were meeting all the customer buying criteria, or most of the customer buying criteria, because if you look at it, I stocked out. I did not, I sold all my products, and my customer awareness was 100 compared to my accessibility, which was 74%. If you look at the customer survey, I had 52. Again, with this one, I was among the best because the best one had 53. Let's move on to Nano market segment. Under the Nano market segment, my product again came second because the first one was Chester. The product under Chester was the first one. My first product was Art and Able. With Art, I had a market share of 18%. With Able, I had a market share of, or Abel, I had a market share of 17%. And awareness and both awareness and accessibility, I had 100%, which means I performed very well. And with the customer survey, again, I had some significant values because I had 61 and 58. And Elite, under Elite, I had my product was Alan. I had a market share of 18%. Promo budget was 2 million, and it gave me 100% customer awareness. My accessibility was also 100%. I invested 2 million. My customer survey was 57. Again, I had the highest customer survey, meaning most customers loved my product. If you come and look at this other units sold versus demand or market share, if you look at Thrift, the industry unit sales for my company, it was slightly almost good. Then if you look here with these other ones, you can compare. Then let's move on to the perceptual map. You can see it the way I performed the perceptual map. Then again, you can move to the human resource. With the human resource, my complement was 990. I think I had the highest the needed complement was 990, and I had again 990. First shift complement was 640. Second shift complement was 350. My turnover rate was below 7%, which is 6.7%. I had 108 new employees. Separated employees, I did not have separated employees. I had 5,000 recruit spent. My training hours were 80. Productivity index was above 110, which is 117.4%. My wages were 31. Again, it's like we tried in terms of wages, and this is my balance sheet. You can just scroll it. I can just show you the way I performed. You can see the way I performed. My income statement was here. Can show you how I performed, and that's what I did, and I got more than 50 million in profit.